Welcome back to ABC 7 at 4. I'm Mark Ross. ABC 7 and Fred Loya Insurance are teaming up to offer a $5,000 grant each week to one deserving El Paso small business of 10 employees or less. And here to tell us about the contest is Fred Loya Sr. from Fred Loya Insurance. Mr. Loya, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Mr. Loya, why did you decide to help small businesses?
Why did we decide?
Yes.
Because I was a small businessman myself. This is the way I started. I started my business with my wife and my two kids, who were just relatively small at the time. And I understood the struggles, and I understand the struggles of a very small business when it starts and wants to get off the ground. You know, I empathize with them. I lived that reality, and so I wanted to help them because, you know, I could have sure used this type of help back then.
Now, you're talking about registered businesses with 10 or fewer employees for this particular grant. Why that particular size of business?
Again, because, you know, our intent with this is to help the small business, the small entrepreneur who's just trying to get off the ground and who's encountered, you know, a circumstance of a magnitude none of us ever imagined. And so in my own small way, I want my company, my family, and I to do whatever we can to get them off the ground. It's specifically for the guy starting out.
Now, this is not just a one-time $5,000 grant. You're doing this more than once, right?
Yes, we want to do $5,000 a week for you know, as long as we can. Okay, first of all, as long as we can as well, because we're all suffering one way or another through this COVID crisis, and we anticipate, you know, they're telling us what. When the shutdown might last 3-6 months, or certainly its consequences will last that long. So that's how long we hope to continue the weekly donation, the weekly $5,000 gift to each of the businesses.
And you touched briefly, Mr. Loya, on how that $5,000 could really help a small business, especially like yours when you were first starting out. What can the business owner use the $5,000 for? Can they do salaries? Can they do for inventory? What can they use it for?
Well, absolutely, those things that you mentioned, and we chose $5,000 because, you know, the average rent of our offices in El Paso is about $2,500 a month. So we thought, hey, you know, we can at least help them with 2 months' rent, but they are free to use it for whatever they feel helps them stay in business during this time of crisis. You know, like, as you mentioned, rent, employees' salaries, expenses, whatever they need to overcome, you know, the terrible times that we're in right now.
All right, here's how you can apply for this. You can look for this story on our website, kvia.com. There is a link to the story that will take business owners to the application for the grant. Again, this is for small businesses with 10 or fewer employees, and Mr. Loya will select the winner each and every week. This is an incredible, generous offer, and Mr. Loya, we thank you for joining us this afternoon to talk about it.
Thank you. I want to thank you and KVIA.
We're glad to help and be a part of this.